Good afternoon, Off the Bench Sports family. We are here, St. Amant Middle School at the Pit. Yes, the Pit, home of the Gators, but it's also where St. Amant Middle plays, and it's also where Lake Middle plays. I don't even know Lake last name.
The Lions.
Lake Lions, yeah. Yes. So tonight is the season finale of middle school sports here in Ascension Parish, but tonight also marks another great and historic event. Before you is football coach. I'm kind of lost on this one because I've only known him as a head coach, and so that's how I address him tonight as the head football coach at St. Amant Middle, Keith Laveigne. How are you today, Coach?
Doing well. Looking forward to tonight's game.
Man, 29 years in education.
This is number 30, actually. I spent my first year as a assistant football and assistant baseball coach at East Ascension High School.
Man, the things you learn.
And after that first year, I was able to transfer here as the head football and basketball coach here at St. Amant Middle, and I've been here ever since.
30 years in education and athletics. How has that been for you?
It's been a fantastic ride. It's been dealing with kids and getting to know parents and getting to know the community and being able to give whatever I can to help them mature as individuals.
I'm always intrigued by this, so I want to see how good your recollection is. How many kids do you think you've coached?
I would say between football, basketball, track, and the 1 year I did baseball, I would venture to guess probably somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000.
That's a lot of kids. What's been your favorite part about the academic and athletic career that you've attained?
The best part about it is that we can link the two together, and we can do some things for athletics, through athletics that help them in the classroom, and they do some things in the classroom that let us see what they can do to help athletics. And we kind of combine those two together, and probably the best thing that I think I get out of it is I have the opportunity to see those guys for the next 4 years when they leave me and go to St. Amant High. I come back on Friday nights and watch the St. Amant games, and it makes me feel good to see those guys out there competing and doing good things.
When you think about this journey you've conquested, at any point did you say, well, next year I want to go up and be a high school coach, or I've had enough of middle school, I want to go and be a elementary, primary teacher?
No, the good thing was I had my year in high school, and I knew from there that middle school would probably be the better fit for me. Not a primary guy, because those little guys kind of get to me a little bit, but I think middle school is where I belong.
When you look at, again, you coached a lot of games. Again, as you said, you coached a lot of kids. Can you recollect some of your favorite kids that have come through here as students and players that you've had the opportunity to coach?
A young man by the name of Peter Brown. PJ was a really good running back for us. Went on to St. Amant High and did some good things, and then he signed with McNeese and was able to get that scholarship to McNeese. And unfortunately, he was in a car accident that kind of paralyzed him for quite a while, and he passed away not too long ago. So he's always got a special place in my heart.
Right.
And there's several others, some that are now in college, KJ Franklin, and it's just way too many to name.
Well, KJ is also one of my favorite players ever that I coached as well. I coached him in youth athletics for the Eastside Raiders, and he was phenomenal then, and man, is he still phenomenal now. When you look at it, give us a favorite game from when you started versus recent game Other than the one from last week.
1997-98, we had a couple guys that were a set of twins that were playing quarterback and running back for us, and we beat Galvez in overtime, and that allowed us to share the parish championship with them. So those kind of teams are always special. And then about 3 weeks ago, we had to go double overtime to beat Dutchtown to help us get in the position we're in now.
Right. You guys secured the parish championship on last week.
That's correct.
What was that game like for you, and how much special memories will that carry with you in your last season as a coach?
I remember it forever, to be honest with you. It was a game that we fell behind early, and our kids fought back, took the lead midway through the fourth quarter, and we held them off at the end like we've been able to do all year. And it was just one of those feelings where it felt like it was meant to be.
As a head coach, you not by choice, but just because of how middle school athletic goes, teachers come, and here in Ascension Parish, they don't hire coaches, they hire teachers that happen to coach. About how many assistant coaches would you say you mentored and tutored and trained?
My first few years here, I had a guy helping me, a real good friend of mine, Everett Feckerty, and he went on to leave here and went to be the head coach at Lake when they opened up as a middle school program. So I worked very well with him, and then when we split and Lake opened up, I had about a 6-year period where I had a volunteer coach as my assistant coach, and it was just me and him. A guy named Randy Denham, he was a fireman for Baton Rouge, and he helped us out really well. And then one of my current co-workers, Chad Wilson, came on at that time, who happened to be one of my football players at East Ascension. That one year I was at EA, and he came on and done a fantastic job. So I would say overall probably about 7 or 8 guys that I've worked with through the years, that other than a couple of parent volunteers that I had to have at some point.
When you look at the work that you guys have been able to accomplish here at St. Amant Middle, how would you give yourself an overall grade of just getting kids from 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade and getting them on to high school and seeing the work that they're been able to do as middle school student athletes?
I don't know if I can actually give myself a grade, but what I can do is kind of know that at some point, because we get guys that come in and don't even know how to put the pads on sometimes, and then by the time they're juniors and seniors in high school, they are either starters or significant people in that group. So I'd like to think we played a part in that to some degree.
Right. And I think this may be the last one, because I know you got to go in here and prepare your kids for the game. But to a young coach, just graduating college, just getting their teacher certification in whatever state they live in, what's some advice that you give to a young teacher and coach that just happens to be coming to coach and teach middle school athletics?
First thing I would say is make sure you love it. Make sure the kids know that you love them, and build those relationships. And also make sure that you are willing and able to contact other coaches. Kind of let them serve as your mentors, and don't come in thinking that you know everything right off the bat. Because there's always situations, especially in middle school, because we have so many responsibilities that some of the other levels don't have.
Right.
We have to be athletic trainers, we have to be equipment managers, we have to be everything at the middle school level. Whereas at the high school level, they have other guys that take care of that. So just make sure that you're ready to put the work in and make that commitment from the start, and they'll be fine.
Right. A hearty thank you from Off the Bench Sports, and from me as well, because coaching against you when I coached middle school ball at Gonzales Middle, you were always prepared. Your kids were always prepared. They gave their very best effort. And the 17 years I've been knowing you, you've been a phenomenal man.
I appreciate you.
And I thank you for giving 30 years to our children here in Ascension Parish.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.